5 seconds.
Man, look, first of all, welcome to Trek Cannon. Look, I want to introduce everybody to Sean Michael. This is the high speed guy, man, who knows about engineering and computers and all that high speed stuff. We call him tech support. So check it out. Today we finna have the craziest conversation, and I think Trekkies will be interested in what we're gonna be talking about. And what we are gonna be talking about is how do they make antimatter for the engines in Star Trek? In Starfleet, how they do that, right? Apparently they kind of vague on it, but we finna talk about this from a logical standpoint in reality. So Sean Michael, welcome to the channel.
Hello, good to be here.
My man. My man. So what's the basis of the argument today?
Okay, so on recent thought experiments, it's come to my attention. Starfleet ships use deuterium to regulate their antimatter matter reactions, but they don't really specify on the whole refueling process of antimatter. They've talked about getting deuterium, but never really antimatter. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
All right. So what do we know about established canons so far? All right. So we know that the warp engines, right, they do something with deuterium, right? And then you have the dilithium crystals that regulate the things that happen with the deuterium, right? And you have this all contained so it won't mess up anything with a magnetic containment field. That's that right?
Yeah.
Right. But what was your concern with this?
Well, I got some issues. So I believe they covered the fact that nuclear fusion may be used for to produce antimatter.
Right.
But the issue is, you combine antimatter and matter, you get a lot of stuff besides, energy and stuff. You get a bunch of harmful X-rays, gamma rays, and with deuterium, you'll probably get some stray neutrons here and then. Those aren't easy to contain, and most of those, and by most I mean like all of it, magnetic confinement don't really work.
Okay. Now, if you was to tell Scotty something like this, right? If you was to say this to Scotty, Scotty would be like, I'm not gonna do the accent. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. For some reason, all my accents end up being European. I don't know why.
Scotland might be in Europe somewhere, so
So anyway, Scotty would be like, well, that's what you have the core shielding for inside the warp core, right? And that's what they always get all twisted about. The magnetic containment field is weakening. And I go so far as to say, these people travel through space and around, like black holes and through star coronas and all this kind of stuff. So they should have pretty good shielding when it came to that. But what say ye?
I say that most of that is on the outside of the ship, designed to protect the outside of the ship. And with the warp core inside the ship, you have basically the results of a mini star inside your ship. You need some pretty good shielding there too. It already takes a significant amount of lead and concrete just to stop neutrons and gamma radiations here on Earth. So unless they got something really dense, some of that getting through.
All right. So then we started going into talking about what dilithium crystals are in Star Trek canon. So dilithium crystals actually exist in dual realities, dual universes, right? So I proposed, well, what if they are routing all of that energy, right, from this interaction of fusion into that reality, right? So let's say ye. Oh no. You do that, man. West Virginia. I didn't even know that was a place.
Really?
All right.
I know it's a little confusing, but I think it's just to the west of Virginia.
To the west of Virginia?
I know.
That's called the Atlantic.
I think that's...
No, that's not. No, that's the east. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I was having a moment. Too much sun outside. It's too much. Too much of this bright stuff. Speaking of bright stuff, right? So to create fusion, you have to have what they say solar energy, or
I think in Star Trek it was solar energy. Yeah.
All right. In real life, what do you need to have?
Oh, okay. Our fusion uses deuterium and tritium. So, because we care about neutrons, deuterium and tritium, when they fuse, produce helium-4 and an extra neutron, which we absorb and turn into heat.
Really not.
Mhm.
Okay. So heat is in plasma.
More like just, I guess, mechanical heat. It's absorbed by a special neutron absorbing material, which absorbs the neutron and heats up a little, which we just use to heat water and turn turbines and stuff.
Awesome. Oh, okay. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting there. So in Star Trek, in a warp engine, right? This heat, we know it is plasma. They always writing this plasma
Right.
everywhere. Okay. So are they absorbing the heat from the plasma?
I think that their goal, so our goal in nuclear fusion is to produce excess heat for power. I think their goal was just to make the plasma, and then they use that plasma for warp nacelle stuff.
All of that high speed scientific mumbo jumbo.
Right.
Picking up what you're putting down. All right. So we was talking about that lithium crystal before we were so rudely interrupted by somebody from West Virginia. Right? And we were saying that, all right, they exist in dual realities, or they are able to interact with antimatter in such a way that they don't explode, and they're able to focus that and use it in a useful manner. All right. So what say you about that? They are also routing all of that into that dual reality.
Well, I got to thinking,
Mhm.
and came to my attention, if they're routing it into a dual reality, then it could be that in that other reality is another dual faction, sentient race of people, whatever we got there, that for some strange reason, for the life of them, can't figure out why their dilithium supply randomly starts spewing out cosmic radiation and harmful stuff. And so they set up means to fix it, route it back. So my guess here, my hypothesis, random one from out the blue, Federation ships, Star Trek ships, route this energy through dilithium crystals, and some unknowing species in another universe has to regulate this so that they don't get wiped out by some random warp core's dilithium crystals, and they feed that back through the crystals, and everybody in Star Trek normal universe just is like, yep, we got some stable antimatter matter regulated reactions coming out.
So we balance them between. Okay. I give and take. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right.
All right. So, in closing, we just like to say that this is probably the craziest conversation anybody has ever heard. But I hope that y'all was able to pick up some scientific and canon Star Trek Marvel Jumbo that goes on in Star Trek. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sean, you like that? Anything you got going on?
You'll probably learn where Virginia was in relation to West Virginia and the Atlantic.
That was the biggest takeaway. That was the biggest takeaway of the whole video.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, peace, recycle, and say the wells. You guys be cool.
Bye.